Welcome back to Boring Reviews.
Boring land.
Oh, just kidding.
Blasphemer! Hello,
right.
Boring Review Nation!
Kind of pointless.
We know all things. Hello, Boring Review Nation! Gabe!
Nick?
And we're here today to bring you guys another reaction, fresh off the presses, at least for us. And, at least for us. And Nick, tell the people what we're going to be reacting to.
All right, so we're reacting to another Simply Chuma video, a fantastic video. This one's not about cricket, though. We are talking about the celebration, the Hindu festival Navrathri. Hopefully I'm saying that somewhat correctly. It spans 9 nights and 10 days, celebrated every year in the autumn. It's observed for different reasons and celebrated differently in various parts of India, in different states and whatnot. So we're going to check out this video since this is a festival that's happening right now. This year, it's the 7th to the 15th, I believe. And we're going to check out this video, learn a little bit about it. Please don't forget, as we do, to like and subscribe. And Gabe, ready to check this out?
Yeah, for sure, man. I'm always loving learning about culture. You know what's funny? Through CFA, actually, and of course, Boring Reviews, I've learned so much about different cultures in different places. And then sometimes those things come up at school, right, with either my students or my colleagues. And I sound so worldly. Like, he's so experienced. He's so well-traveled or whatever. He's so cultured. So I love learning new things. As an educator, it's always good to learn something new. So let's just jump into it right now, brother.
Absolutely. Here we go in 3, 2, 1.
Indians love festivals, and the way they celebrate their festivals is a sight to behold.
Jeez.
Full of colors, lights, and most importantly, full of energy. Today at Simply Chuma, we are going to talk about how Indians from different parts of the country celebrate Dussehra. Simply put, 8 different ways Indians celebrate Dussehra or Navrathri. This is not a ranking video, but just a list. Before we get on with the list, the subscribe button and the bell icon are eagerly awaiting to celebrate this festival with you. Please click on them and show that you care.
I love it.
Number 8, Gujarat. One of the most awaited festivals in the colorful state of Gujarat is Navrathri. Celebrated on the first 9 days of the Ashwin month, devotees fast for 9 days and worship the goddess Shakti. An earthen pot with holes and lamps inside, also known as garbi, is lighted and women perform aarti with it. During Navratri, Garba and Dandiya Ras are popular forms of dances performed by both men and women wearing their traditional dresses. Number 7, West Bengal, Odisha, Assam and Bihar. In the eastern part of India, Navratri is celebrated as Durga Puja and it is observed on the last 4 days of Saptami, Ashtami, Navami and Dashami. Durga Puja is the main festival of the people of West Bengal. Durga Puja is celebrated with great pomp and glitter in various parts of the state in big pandals, where large-sized idols of goddess Durga on her lion, demon Mahishasur and other gods' idols are erected. The celebrations of Durga Puja in West Bengal is a must-watch for everyone. Number 6, Tamil Nadu. Navratri is also celebrated in Tamil Nadu as a religious celebration to seek the blessings of goddess Durga, goddess Lakshmi and goddess Saraswati in the 9 special nights. Friends, relatives and neighbors are invited and gifts are exchanged among them. One interesting feature as a part of the celebrations is the decoration of the Golu, which is actually a staircase of beautiful dolls and idols of gods and goddesses. The dolls are usually handed over from generation to generation.
They're made out of like a ceramic. We use those as well.
Andhra Pradesh. The Golu celebration of Navratri in Tamil Nadu is celebrated as Batukamma Pandugu in Andhra Pradesh, which means come alive mother goddess. The 9 nights are dedicated to goddess Shakti. Women make beautiful flower stacks known as Batukamma, which is arranged with seasonal flowers. Women wear new saris and jewelry, perform puja in front of the Batukamma for 9 days, and then on the last day, they set afloat their Batukammas in a lake or any other water body. Number 4, Karnataka.
Oh, that's awesome.
It is a strange fact that even today, people in Karnataka celebrate the 9 nights of Navratri in the same manner as was celebrated way back in 1610 by the great Vijayanagara dynasty. Navratri is also known as Nada Habba in Karnataka. The rituals include elephants procession on the streets, including fairs and exhibitions of handicrafts and artifacts. The elephant procession in Mysore, Karnataka is a sight to behold.
They paint on the elephants too.
Number 3, Maharashtra. The celebrations are very similar to Gujarat. Navratri in Maharashtra implies new beginnings. Hence, purchasing of a home, a car, or new business deals or an engagement is very common during this time. Married women invite their female friends, put haldi and kumkum on their foreheads, and gift them with a coconut, betel leaves, and betel nuts. Each and every locality in Maharashtra has its own Garba and Dandiya night celebrations. Number 2, Himachal Pradesh. For the Hindus in Himachal Pradesh, Navratri is a huge celebration. Here, the celebration starts on the 10th day of Navratri, when the festival ends in other states. People celebrate the 10th day, also known as Kullu Dashera, as the day of the return of Lord Rama to Ayodhya. On this day, the idols from the temples are taken out in processions. During the Navaratri festival, the devotees visit various temples in Kangra, Una and Bilaspur districts of Himachal Pradesh to worship the goddess Durga. Number 1, Punjab. In Punjab, the people fast on the first 7 days of Navratri and end their fast on Ashtami or Navami by worshipping 9 little girls and a boy, which is known as Kanjika. The Punjabis organize Jagratas where they keep awake the whole night and worship the goddess. What do you think of this list? This is not a ranking video, it's just a list of 8, so please don't think otherwise. And now you are free to press the like button, share this with your dear ones, and please spread the word of joy and happiness. And of course, Simply Chuma.
Simply Chuma. All right, man, what'd you think?
Pretty cool, man. I love learning about new cultures and learning about the way we celebrate things differently. And for me, being from the Caribbean, being Hispanic, my wife is, Mexican and Hawaiian. I learned a lot about her culture as well. And this, to me, I think that festival is one of the things of this festival where you can see like the parades and you can see the like all the fanfare, the markets, people selling stuff outside. It reminds me of Dia de los Muertos, which is Day of the Dead, which we're actually going to be celebrating here pretty soon. It's a huge, not just Mexicans celebrate it more, but even other places in Latin America celebrate it. And you're honoring your ancestors, right? Those that have come before you and have died or whatnot. And I remember that even as a kid, because in the Dominican Republic, we celebrate a version of it. It would freak me out, dude, because people's faces like are painted, but are painted like, in Day of the Dead kind of stuff or whatever. And I was like, I didn't understand or whatever. And I remember my mom telling me like, listen, death is a natural part of life, so you can't be afraid of it. Sometimes, so your grandfather will go, people will always go. I'll go someday. And just because they're gone, you don't want to forget them. If you forget them, then they're really gone. But if you don't forget them and you honor your relatives, they're never really forgotten, kind of said. You know what I'm saying? And I think that was a good idea.
Sorry, I'm surprised that would scare you because you're such a Cobra Kai fan, and they had that, skeleton. And I know it's not exactly the same; it's a little different. It makes me think of Coco, or even like that one scene from Spectre or whatever. Even though I've never been to a festival myself, I think I respect the belief. I think it's really, really cool because your ancestors are so important. Hindu festivals, I love to learn about because they're so different than what I'm used to. Being a Christian, it's one God, or some Christians believe in the Trinity and all that kind of stuff. But it's very minimal as far as the deities that you worship. And I love learning about other religions. I love learning about other cultures because you see the passion, you see the love behind it. It's not about comparing or saying, well, it doesn't have this or it has this, or I don't like this, because no, look at all the people and what they do to honor those things that they find to be of great value. And they don't worry about anything else. They want to do it their own way. I think it's cool that different parts of India, they do it in different places. That's what's great about this video. We can see different ways that they celebrate this festival. But I just love how the commitment of these people that believe in their faith and the way they believe it, and they worship the gods that they want to worship in the way that they do. And they put all this time, money, effort into trying to do it as best as they possibly can. I'm always amazed at that kind of effort. And it's really something that impresses me, even though it's completely different than what I'm used to. But it's funny because if you had someone like an Easterner, will say, in Asia or whatever, and they're studying, the cultures that we celebrate, like Halloween or Christmas or Thanksgiving, most of it's revolved around food and candy and junk food and whatnot. Right. Like some of our celebrations kind of lesser in compare to these other type of culture and celebrations. And it's all good the way you want to do it. Right. But again, that's my point. I love learning about different ones because they're so different than what I'm used to growing up with.
And I cannot imagine, or not just imagine, as long as we've known each other, I can't believe I've never invited you to come out to Cali with me when we go out there for Cinco de Mayo. That's a huge Mexican celebration. For Savannah's family throws down, man. Matter of fact, hopefully, if COVID is down, next Cinco de Mayo, we'll head out there. And bro, it's such an experience being in that environment. And I missed festivals. I miss the parades. And, it's one of those places where, growing up in New York, right? Macy's Day Parade, one of the biggest things there is, bro. Thanksgiving. I remember as a kid going out there and watching it, and the people around and being around. And of course, the COVID now is social distancing. We didn't have that last year. But yeah, as far as the cultural experience, you want to talk about food, bro. We don't eat. We wake up. We go to Carp. That's where her family's from, in Santa Barbara, Carpinteria. All right, and we wake up probably like around 9 or 10. Literally, if you have a cup of coffee, it's whatever, and don't bother eating because there's so many little street vendors there selling tradition, whether it's Mexican lote. I don't know if you've ever had that, but that's like the whole corn that's boiled, and then they got butter, tahini on it and stuff. It's so good. And, just little treats in the street, this, that, of course, tacos and stuff like that. And it's such an experience because it's a whole day affair, man. It's so much fun. You guys would definitely enjoy it. So I got to give you an invitation. In the comments, guys, let us know. I know we have Indian fans here that live in the States in America. Are there celebrations here that maybe are close enough to us that we could go to? Because I can't remember, and maybe you could correct me if I'm wrong, Nick, at least not here in Las Vegas, but even in New York when I grew up, there being any huge Indian celebrations of this type. Like, in New York for the longest time, they had the Columbus Day celebrations. Pretty much everywhere you go now, you've got Chinese New Year celebration, whether it's here in Vegas, in New York, or whatever. So there's big enough populations where we celebrate other cultures. I wonder if there's an Indian one here in America. Guys, let us know in the comments, please. Nick.
Absolutely. Let us know. Don't forget to comment below. Let us know what you plan on doing during these next 9 nights in this type of celebration. Thank you so much for checking us out. Like and subscribe. Let us know. And until next time,
we know all things.